and would explore those things that those people have done, right? So best site, like I told you, if you want to use for like a flyer or business cards, whatever materials, printing materials, one of the best place to visit is Pinterest, right? The reason being that sometimes Pinterest saves you a lot of job, right? Most times, most of these designs are already done, so you might just have to like impute your own text into it. All right, but if you want to go extra mile, you can start making all this stuff yourself. But you guys are still at beginners level, so we don't want to like stress you guys that much. So you can get like already made backgrounds like this. But even some people will still get this background and still not make good designs with it. All right. So if you understand all the rules we have given with alignments and stuff, so you can see there's a whole lot of food menu here. So you can look at them, save their backgrounds. If you save the background, because these are just I'm just looking for like a black dark background that we can just save. Then later on, you can now get original food menu because this stuff we are seeing right now, they are not food menus, right? So these are just backgrounds that people have made, manipulated. Then you can just download them, right, and design your own food menu on them, something like this. So it saves you a whole lot of time, right? So instead of going from scratch again and creating like photo manipulations, so I think I want to use this background. So that was why I already clicked on it. So I'm going to just, are you going to allow me to download? So we can save the image. I hope this download has high quality. All right. So import the background, which is this. So we can create like actual two slides, which is one will be the front cover and the other will be the background underneath. Okay. So I want to power clip this stuff inside this. There's a reason I'm doing that. So we can edit the power clip. So I want to move this upwards a bit. Then I'll duplicate it and bring another one downwards. So I'll transparent this side. So it blends into this one. That is a fountain transfer. Is it fountain? Or was this fountain transparency? I think we've used that before, so it's not like a new something. So it's the same kind of background, but different. So it looks as if we move this one upwards. Get. So we are going to get our brand logo. GB command me. So I want to try something else out again. I'm going to draw a box over this because I want it to have like a shade of our brand color. So we're going to the transparency and try to add it. I think it's showing much. So that looks a little bit green. But let's try the yellow. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, let's get back to green. So even though we are making it add on it, you're going to reduce the effects. It shouldn't show much. So I'm cutting it out, Ctrl X, making it inside here. So you can see the dark logo is not showing here. So we have to use from our, if you look our previous, when we were showing the logo variation, we were able to like change the colors to white. What would they call this in? Is it food menu or food restaurant? So I'll be using the so I think I'm going to put our numbers on it also. So let me just copy. So I'm looking at this thing. It's like this green stuff is not even important though. Unless if I want to change it to be full. Mm. Um, so I think I can try out this stuff here again. Let me take this back here. So I'll use white airline at the back and paste the original on it. Okay, delete. F12. We'll make this to be rounded. Hmm. I'm on last. Just hold on, please. I want to make it as simple as possible. Let's see if we use all whites. Yeah, I'm going to use all whites here. This address, I don't know about this address, so I need to put it somewhere, but it's going to make the design look too complex. I want it to be as simple as possible. So since we are going to be putting like food stuff in, I say food stuff. Yeah, it's food now. We might have to draw like a box around here. I don't even think this box is that necessary. Let's go into the design. Okay, I've not power clipped any stuff inside here. So I'll draw another box here. Or instead, just duplicate this one, Ctrl D, edit power clip, then delete this one down. So we will not think of what will be inside this stuff like this. I mean, I don't know food though. So I'll remove the airline from this one. I'll just duplicate this stuff. I can't be thinking of what. So swear to God, I don't even know what I'm writing. Mm. Oh God. Oh God. So we might have put like price, but sometimes it might not have like a fixed price. So we have to make sure that everything is aligned together. Can actually stop here, but if you want, you can see add extra stuff to it. Right, like from the brand pattern or stuff like that. But for me, I can choose to like stop here. So we can go back to our letter heading here, take these stuffs that we have here just to add to it. But it's not really necessary. All right, so let's now tilt into another thing. God, my neck. Let me see as the number increase. If you can take that screenshot again. It's the same number. Chinese food business. What's this guy typing? So we would now want to create like I told you, we're going to create like real life mockups, some of them, and we'll try to apply Photoshop and CorelDraw together. So we'll try to introduce the Photoshop too. All right, so this is the Photoshop. I've opened it already. All right, so this is my Photoshop here. We will open the other ones. That's why we're going to open the Photoshop too also. So this is the interface. So since we've been using our CorelDraw to create vector-based designs, we use Photoshop for photo editing, basically for photo editing. But Photoshop is not limited to that. It can be also used for designs, right? So you can like create like a new canvas the same way in CorelDRAW Control N, right? So you have this page. So you see the measurement pixels. There's also inches. So anyone you want, let's say I select inches, I'll be using 15 by 11, and I say okay. So we're going to have like a normal page, right? Just like as we have in CorelDRAW, but their usage basically is they vary, right? But there are some designers that work perfectly here with Photoshop for designing. But what I use Photoshop for basically is making my design look better. And see, as I created new background, I forgot to give the background the color. So that's why we are seeing like a transparent feel. So here we can select the color of our background by clicking white, or you change the background color here. Right, by clicking here, you will see various colors and you can select the color of the background. Well, I want to select white. I'm going to make this in inches again. I'm going to say okay. You can increase resolution, or let's leave it at 72. So you see this is a white background. So here is the toolbox, just like we have in CorelDRAW, the head panel. And the difference with it and CorelDRAW most times is that in CorelDRAW we can touch all our elements at the same time, but here we have what we call layers, right? Layers. So here we have a toolbox. In here you can see rectangle to rounded rectangle and so on and so forth. So we can draw like, let's just draw basic shapes. So I can draw a box here. All right, so this is a box we can draw, and the box has a color already, it has a fill. All right, so you can change the fill color to, let's say, no color at all. All right, then for the outlines we have the strokes here. It's also available here. You can see it's also here in properties. We can increase the number of, change the color of the stroke here also. And if we want the stroke to look more thicker, we can increase, and it's going to become more thicker. Right, and then we have these lines that are dotted, just like in CorelDRAW also, when we're introducing shapes. So you can come in here and make this box to be rounded, right? Just let's say we use 5. So you see a little bit of curve there. So why is it looking so small? Because the curve is in pixels. So pixels is very, very small. So let's use like 70. So you see, it's everything become cover at the same time. So this is like the lock. So let me see. Why I should make this 5. Make this one 0. All right, you see that. So let's say 50. So the same way we can lock here. Okay. Just like we showed here in CorelDraw, where we can draw a box that has all these effects. So if I say 50, you see that if I lock this thing and I say 0, if I give 2, 4 now, it's going to affect the edge. So they have the same tools here. Right. So like I said, it's not really about the software. So if you want to say, okay, I want to start using Photoshop for my own designing, it is possible. But it means that you now have to go and learn how to use the software, right? For me, I use Photoshop for photo editing and stuff, right? But it's possible for you to do all those other designs here. So we have circle also. There's a circle tool here. So you draw it, right? Then you, so the same airline I'm giving to this one is what is going to happen here also. There's still the line tool, right? You see polygon, you see line tool, everything is in here also. So the one I prefer in their Adobe suites for designing vector images is the Adobe Illustrator. So you can use the Adobe Illustrator instead, then use Photoshop strictly for image editing. But like I said, it can be used for design also, but doesn't mean that it was made for design, right? So now you see this, see the what I said about layers. So let's say I want to click on this box, I won't be able to click on it, right? As I'm moving my mouse, it's only this line that is moving. Only this line that is moving because every other one is locked in their own layer. So here we have our layers for shape 1, polygon 1, ellipse 1, rectangle 1, and background 1. So these layers, they can be renamed, right? So if I right click on this, if I tap on this, I can actually change this shape name to become box or my name or whatsoever. So let's say I'm designing here now and I bring in a picture. For instance, where we made all those designs in CorelDraw, I can easily name that picture here, name it, and I can see what I'm working on, right? So for me to be able to touch any element here, I have to click on the layer. So this is the ellipse tool, and now is the ellipse tool that I'll be moving around, right? So if I want to click on my rectangle tool, I'll have to like click on the layer, right? And so on and so forth. So let's say I want, so let's say I'm, oh my god, no. Okay. So let me give this box a color. All right. So this is here now. And you know, in CorelDRAW, we do a shift page up, shift page down. But in here, if I want to bring this one to the front, that is the one at the back, I would have to go back to the other rectangle and drag it on top of this one. This guy not just move. All right. So you see that. So we can actually move this to the back that way, back of the elements. So if you want him to come to the front, he has to be at the top of everybody, so that it will flow like this and like that. So one of the most beneficial way of using Photoshop also is by, because if you go online, let's say on free pick or whatsoever, you can see mockups, or maybe you have seen designs that have text that have to do with 3D, right? So for example, if we come here, if we come to free pick, and we see text effects. So you see all these 3D you show now, 3D text. And I don't think there are 3D text effects for CorelDRAW, right? So stuff like this. Let's say you want to use it for your own design. So if we can download it and it will come in PSD format. So PSD, as you can see, we have PSD here. So this PSD means Photoshop, right? So if you have made a good design and say, okay, you want to like use this effect. Should we try one out? I'm just looking at our time because I want to focus on that our brand identity and finish it. God. Let me see if we can just try one out. So if you click on this stuff, if I say download, so it's going to download as PSD, download as JPEG, download as PNG. Now the only thing you can edit out of all these things is the PSD file, right? The PNG file is just going to come originally as this, but without the background. Then JPEG, you're going to see this full picture like this. But you want your text to look like this. If I say click download, or should I even look for a logo mockup instead of text? Okay, let's try a logo mockup in PSD. Let me see PSD formats only. So we can actually filter and make them give us only PSD formats. So stuff like this. So you might have seen all these kind of mockups up and down where people do. So most times they do them in Photoshop like this. Uh, but some clients don't really understand what these stuffs are for. So they'll pressure the designer. I want this, I want this. So most times I try to educate my clients that your logo most times should be on a flat surface, white flat surface. This file is only PNG. Wow. You guys are lying. Let me see this one. Okay, this will be PSD file. So I'll be downloading this. Don't stress me, please. So we download this and then we'll try something out. But before that comes in, I want to get some mockups that we can use for our branding, right? The way I create my own mockups, right? So we're going to look for some mockups. So this is, I've introduced you to Dribble, right? This is Behance. All right. So what I did is food brand, and I just type food brand, and then you will see food branding that other designers have done. Then can actually download it, edit, and do as you please to it. But for you to be able to edit it, the editing will be doing the editing, most of the editing in Photoshop, right? In Photoshop. So I can like save pictures. Let me see. My God, I can't save this picture. Dribble mark by me now. So let me click on this picture. Let's see. There's a possibility for me to save it. Yeah, I can save. Can I share? No, it's not the full band guide. Thank God I won't click on this. So let's save this image. On what I saved, I save. Yeah, I might not use that one. So let me save this one to save image as. So most times when I want to make, oh no, it's the GIF. I don't want to save. So this is like a full brand guidelines. You can see the color codes here, right? See the text they use. Same thing like what we did. So this kind of brand guideline now will be way expensive than even what we did, because the number of documents that are inside here, and I really need you to load fast. Stuff like this also are nice. Keyboards, I need at least this kind of ones. Oh shit, this is a GIF. You know what? For GIFs images, I'll be copying. Let me come to my CorelDraw. So I wanted to download these images first of all before we even started the class, but I said if I should download it now, you guys might not understand how to like get images. and edit. All right, so I've copied that one. So let me go back to the image I brought me here. This bag is everywhere. I don't want that bag again. We have taken few stuff from here, so you know everything we take that we're going to use. Let me check from this guy. I have some things that I need. This is the image that brought me here. So basically, these images, as you can see them, they are. Oh, do we have copy? There's no copy. Oh, it's a web page. Let me check inside. Please don't be a web page. Ah, God, I beg. There's something one of my friends taught me, which is inspect page. So let me try to inspect this page. I've forgotten how this guy told me to download pictures from here. Hold on. Okay, what have I done? Okay, I've done it. I don't know what I did, but I've done it. Yes. So I can actually scroll down through all this, and any picture I want. I think I should be able to find the elements. This is basically like a pizza brand, but there can be some things I can use here. Nope, nope, nope. See that menu stuff, right? You can see this as a menu guide. I like this bag. See this mockup that is here now, is in the previous one, so people can like take mockups. I think I would save this thing. Can do something like we can do something like this also. Need to download the picture first. It's very terrible thing to be living life in upside. Is this picture? And okay, wait, hold on. We'll find a way to get this stuff today. See, download. Why are you always taking me to this website? Google.com. Download images from that's Behance free. So we'll just copy the Behance link and paste it here. Finish. Just stress my life. In casa, casa. So any picture I need, I can click download here. I think I should take this one. So you right click and you say save link as. That's the trick about it. I want to take this to. These are the last things I'll be taking here. Don't have enough time. And you see how I'm going to like edit all this stuff in Photoshop, remove the logos, and use what I want for my design. Let me actually save all this. Who knows? I might have a food brand. I would have used this cup too, but the number of removal I will do on this will take me a lot of time. I think I've saved something like this, right? Mm, I'm not saving you. Okay. So we have gotten images that we want. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut on Photoshop and show you how the magic and powerfulness of this guy. So click on file, click on open, and go to downloads. I think all the pictures are in downloads. Then get the images we want to edit. Some of them I might not really edit them. Might just even take them to CorelDraw. Just draw a background over them. Like this one's now. I won't really edit this. I'll just draw a background, get a picture I want to use, and cover it up. I won't be using this part. I'll be using just yes, these two. I'll put them on the same page. So let me open this one first. So when the image open, like I said, I won't be editing because I don't have posters to make here. Unless we want to go and put in our file here. So we don't have that luxury of time. So I'm going to cover up this logo, right, to make it look like the shirt. So in this Photoshop I'm using is not like the current one. So if it's like 2024, there are more easier steps to use this. Writing a prompt or just saying select objects. It's going to select the objects there and change it. But this is like a basic step. We are going to go to our polygonal lasso tool and draw over a line over this. So this is the line. This is what we use for like tracing images. Right. So for instance, if I want to trace an image, or maybe this shirt, I can easily just draw over the shirts. It might take me a lot of time, right? So, but nowadays we don't have much time for like tracing pictures or images like this. Though it is better if you want to like get quality and you have the time, you trace around the image and then you right click and you give it a bit of feather. So feather is what makes the background a bit transparent. So then I copy most times, Control C, and I open the new page, Control N, and Control N, making sure that I select a transparent background, and I say OK, and Control V, paste it. So you can see the shade I traced. So I didn't really trace it well. That's why it's showing that way. If I should take my time and trace the picture properly, it will get a better traced background, right? So, but instead of this add step, I would also use my magic wand. Something we call magic wand here. This so most times it works better when the background is different from the color of the shirt, right? When the background is different from the color of the shirts. So if I should click on this red background, it's going to select all the items that are red in this background, right? And leave out the white elements. So you see that it's selected from here to here and then select this one. So I have to click on shift on my keyboard and select these areas that it didn't select, right? And I selected all the red, but now there is a problem. You can see that in here we have red also. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go back to my polygonal tool, right? And right now we are selecting the red, not white. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and I'll say select inverse. And now I'm selecting my shirt. So I can actually just draw a line over here and hold my shirt instead. Right, so now I'm selecting only this shirt, but we have a problem in here. We don't want this place to be showing a red background, so that whatever background we place it on, it will look original on it. So I'm going to now select inverse again, hold shift, go back to my magic wand and tap in here. Oh no, I think that didn't come out well. There's a red background there also. So instead I'll use my polygonal lasso tool and draw. So you see, as we are zooming in, the more we are seeing how the picture is getting pixelated. I don't think this picture is even looking like high quality as I expected it to be. All right, so we can now say select inverse again. Now we're selecting just the shirt. So I can now right click and say feather. I say OK and Control C. So Control N. I don't know why I prefer to do all those Control N, but most times you can. If I say, let's say cancel. Oh shit, what have I done? If I should click this eyes to close. Oh, this guy is not obeying me. So let's use this step, other step, Control N. Select a transparent background. So the moment you create a new page, the Photoshop is going to select, create like the actual page you need. All right. So right now I just realized that I'm also selecting here and here, and which I don't want to. So I'm going to select inverse again and make sure that this background we have here is one family with this guy. So now if we say select inverse, I'm just taking my shirt, give it a feather again, Control C, Control N. So you see this, the size it creates is for the shirt. So if I say Control V, I'll just have my shirt. But you see, we still have like some red dot around it. So it didn't really trace it. So it didn't really do justice to that. So that is, for example, in case you want to trace the image of somebody from a background, you can use your polygonal tool, lasso tool, magnetic tool, or the magic one. Then we also have the quick selection tool, which we can use to select stuffs. Let's see, I can select this guy's shoe. So this version of Photoshop is not really that all right. So what I want to use in this particular brand is just this shirt, this background. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to edit this logo out first because That's why we came here. I just had to show you extra stuff that we could do. So when I trace around it, so to trace around a logo or whatever, just draw over it using the polygonal lasso tool like this. Then you right click and you say fill, right? So if we say fill, a dialog box going to come up. We have different kind of fill, foreground, background, but we're using content aware. Then I'll say okay. So I'm using, so you see it's going to fill up that space with the shades around there. You look as if nothing was there before, right? So you can now use it for whatever design we want to do. So now we need to change the color of this background, right? Because of our colors. So if you look at Bloom Bistro, our colors are dark green, a bit of green, light green, and then yellow. So we have to like actually get those colors to be able to like make the design stick to the brand. So we'll go to our image. There's the image tool here. Go to adjustment. Here we have hue slash saturation. I hope my battery belongs better. So for hue and saturation, when the color is at master, so if you move all this stuff around, you see the colors are going to change. Everything is going to change easily, like that. Now, let's say for instance, you don't want everything to move, right? Maybe you don't want the old colors to move, because when you are changing the color, same master, both the color of the human there and everybody's going to change. Look, I just checked it out. Her face became green, right? And everything. But she's not even really my interest. I'm not using this part. So for here, I want this background here to change and the red also. So we'll just go and select red. It might affect her face because she's also red. So in most cases, if I was going to work on this, I will use my polygonal lasso tool and select, draw over this image and select it so that only the ones outside would change, right? But like I told you, I'm just working on this. We are going to use only this shirt. So I'm going to select red. So if I move my red like this, you can see her face is still changing because she has a bit of red saturation on her skin. So let's look for a bit. Well, the color we are looking for is what's if dark green, I'll be yellow. This is not green at all. So this is saturation here where we can make everything to look black and white, right? But it's still having a shade of green. So that's not what I want to do. So I can also make it a bit darker. I need to see this green to see how it looks like. Let's leave it like this first. But that is not the green. So let's go back again. Image adjustment, hue and saturation. Let me check. It's the dark green I'm looking for, not even this shiny one. If I get that one, so I can take her. Let me see. Come on, I'll save it like this. So I'll just save as, just so that I can move faster. So the reason I'm using save as is so that the original image will still be here. So I'm going to go to my documents and enter that our class. Remember when we made downloads? So I'm going to save it there. So any image I want to use will be saved there. So we can make it high or you can say maximum for the quality of the image. So I'm going to say maximum and say okay. Then we can close this. So which other one do I want to use? Go back to the downloads and look for more. I think I'm going to use this one. For the thing that will be changing here, I will changing here is just that logo. The frame on the wall. This frame here, I'm going to leave it. I'll just draw a box inside of CorelDraw and change our kidney. So the same feel. Sometimes the guy might go and select from outside. I said it, told you. You might select something from outside instead of just in here. So you check for the final details. You can see this. So this is basically what me I use Photoshop for creating, editing, removing stuff, then taking them back to CorelDRAW and making my final designs. So various designers with various way they make their own design. All right. Oh, I just saw something again. These guys are intentional about this branding. You can see the logo of. So in case the owner of this city just know we are using this just for a practical class, right? I'm going to do this small, small also because if you just go all out, it's going to like select the background outside. So please, there's a PDF I sent in the group that talked about LinkedIn stuff. But you guys should go through that PDF and try and fill up those stuff. The company needs those things. Remember, I told you from the beginning about posting our assignments on LinkedIn and tagging those guys. So there are like various accounts there that you're supposed to follow, tag them. If you want, you can find me too. I'm on LinkedIn. Tag me and say this is the guy that taught during the class. But the most important one is tagging the CSAE and Coca-Cola, right? So they are asking, they want to know if we are really, really teaching these classes or their money is just flying away. So as you guys are having the class for free, it doesn't mean that people are not paying. So company is sponsoring it, right? So it's CSAE in collaboration with Coca-Cola Foundation. Right, so you can edit and remove whatever stuff you don't like on the design on your picture. So some people that have snap picture and you want to remove something you don't like on the picture, Photoshop is there for you. So as the name implies, if you can hear it, photo at the shop, right? So you can remove whatever you want. So I'm going to go to image and saturation, just the same thing we did before. Thinking of just instead of stressing myself of just selecting red. This green, I don't know why I'm not seeing that my green. Joey, let's move only the reds. Almost everything here is red, so it's going to like give us the same effects. Okay, let me reduce the saturation so they won't be too shouty. All right, so say okay. So for I wouldn't edit anything. Yeah, what should I? Because I was basically thinking of just going into my design and just drawing a box over here. Because this, if I start editing this in this 724, I might not be able to like finish. My only end here in editing, and I want you guys to see what I want to do as last when we are done. So by the time we are done with the full identity, I'm going to send the PDF, the full PDF format. So from the beginning to the end, so that you can see everything and try them out on your own also. So I've done 2 edits here. My end with just maybe 2 more. Let me see. You're taking here. I said I wanted to use these shirts, right? Yeah, I wanted to use these shirts. Instead of coming back and going front safe, why not I just open them all at once? 1, 2, 3, 4. I wanted to use this B-board, but I don't have enough time for that. Let's just take 1, 2, 3. I won't be using this one. No. It's on the floor. Let's take 1, 2, 3. So if you want to hold email, like so, you click on the first one, hold Control on your keyboard, tap, tap, then you say open. So the 3 files are going to open at the same time. Understood? I hear you, but I know you understand. So you know that if we select almost everything, it's going to select the images outside. So let's first edit the first pictures, the first text that are like kind of close. So let's see how that's going to come out. I really need to update this Photoshop that we can be doing work easier. She been comment me. All the overwhelming life of them. You see how I'm doing it small, small, is because the guy might go and, as you can see, he did it here. What I'm avoiding. Going to select. So what it does basically is that it selects the closest image that it feels is close to it and fill up that space. So if you are using this stuff, please use it for good purpose, all right? Not all these guys that do Yahoo jobs. Go and cover certificate. If they cash you, I'll share one. You will do J like Wasibi say. You will do prisoning. So cover that. Oof. They say that most times creating the mockups like that's why people most times prefer going for like already made mockup where we just bring in the picture and just change edit the layers. But I mean most times because I like there are some stuff I need. I might not see them in already pre-made mockups, right? So I prefer like getting images of, sometimes I've even taking pictures of real images. I might walk around and look for real billboards and take pictures of them, or depending on how much the client is paying most times. So sometimes I might create like if you have a model that can serve in for those pictures. Let's say you're looking for chefs that have hold one particular kind of bag. You might not see it online, so you can employ the service of a photographer, or if you have that in your agency, then you guys take like real pictures, then just bring it in your Photoshop, edit them, and create the mockups yourself. You can see this job is not, graphic design is not easy. Don't let anybody want you. So you might have come across designs like this and you see how did they make this thing look as if it's on it. You feel like maybe it's original. We do the editing here in computer. So that's done. I'm gone. So I'm going to like do what we've been doing since. Maybe there's yellow in our distance. If or should I even make this stuff black so that that logo can pop out? That's what I'm thinking. So apart from all this editing, there's another editing we can also do on these images here in image, something like auto tone, why auto changes. If you don't want to like do deep editing like a photographer, right? So or you go adjustment, there's levels, curves, all these stuffs are for editing images. So most times I just use the bright contrast and levels. If a client sends you a picture for design and you're not okay with it, you can like change the levels, edit it, change how everything's going to look like that. Or you say auto, all right. So you can just do stuff like that. This guy should have no way I'm saving now. Now I'm trying to take. You are done with this one. Here. So what I'm using in this one is the bag. Okay, I'm not using another thing. Can I use this bag or the other bag? I think I'm going to use the other bag. The one that is on the floor. This picture is high quality. So what we pray for. I hope this stuff does not copy from the outside. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, good boy. Sorry, I'm not sorry. Mhm. Mhm. Like maybe sorry I did. Mhm. Guess I'm done yet. No touching. We are done. Image. Sorry, I'm not sorry. And the last one, who knows, we might do something like this, Sha. See, 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 voila. Ewo, ewo, ewo. Noisy. And let's say we downloaded the PSD format. Now, the easy thing we would have done is just to just edit the layers and just place it into it, and it will be on it. But no, let's just learn this. Learn this, so you can look for pictures like this that have backgrounds. Try to remove them. There is like an added skill for you, so you can easily do this maybe in your own designs. Where you create your own mockups instead of using people's own. Also, there are websites that generate mockups also. I think some of them are free, some of them are paid. So you might just have to just input your PNG format, and voila, the website is going to create a lot of mockups for you. So AI and tech, it's kind of making our work easier, right? But if you understand this, at least the hard parts, the easier ones won't be a problem for you. This back is looking kind of rough. Ahala. If I should change this red now, you're going to see that our body tone is going to change also. Watch. See that? Because our skin is like red also. So we're going to use, let me use magic wand. Let's see if this, oh God, oh God, oh God. I hate this kind of hair. It's going to give me more job. Oh, is she wearing a red neck? Oh, what's this on her neck? Okay, the color of the polo. Oh, I don't really care about the hair. Let's trace over it. If the hair want to change, let it change. Sorry, I'm not sorry. Okay. I hope this works out. If it doesn't work out, I don't have time to do other exposure edits. Bye bye. So I might be saying, okay, this other edge I didn't edit. How am I going to do? So just check, just wait with me. You're going to see what I'm going to do for the other ones. Oh, welcome back. Then of course. So I'm going to go to where I have like my complete logo, duplicate it. So we import those pictures, every one of them. So I wouldn't be going back. I hope these colors are looking like what I want. I know it. They are not close, not even close. But this green is our second green. I think so. Uh, so if we go to this our color stuff here, let me bring these two greens out. I think this green is okay. I can manage this one. So what I'll do is I'll draw a box here and power clip this inside. All right, because I want it to fill the whole page. So I'll right click and say fit content, say fill frame proportionally, and it fills the whole page. All right. So what I want to put here is the logo here. So I'll duplicate and bring it here. So for this one, I'll create a different logo variation. I can fill up by moving the bistro to the side. So you know what's coming next. We have to make this white. All right. So we're not going to leave this stuff like this. So we'll have to make it fill up this place. Now, we might either say, okay, let's use rotation to make it look as if it's there really. But that is like properly wrong. All right. So one of the best things we can do, we're going to try two ways. I'm going to duplicate this stuff. All right. So like I have like two, so I can actually draw a box that fits into here like this. Convert it to a curve and move up here to have the actual size of this stuff. Now I'll click on this one. I can go to what we call effects. So there's what we call add perspective. Sorry, not add perspective, effect envelope. So this envelope tool, if I to click here, which is keep lines, or this other one, create envelope form. If I click on this stuff, the guy is going to have the form of the box. But you see, it looks stretched, right? So that one is not palatable here. So like I said, we can use envelope. We can also use add perspective. By bringing this here, since I've selected add perspective, I can now move this around, right? Bend this. So we want it to look as if it's originally on this stuff. So we have to read. Hey, whoa, shit. I just realized something. This leaf moved. So I'll duplicate again. I'll convert this to a bitmap because when adding perspective, this guy is used to move. Or let me try envelope instead. So we can select all the lines and convert to straight line. See, the guy still moved. On group, let's weld them this time around. Effect, add perspective. Did it move? So I am wiser than you. So what we're going to do now, we're going to give this like a glow effect. So if you check the picture we had before, the original one, it had like a glow effect at the background. So we're going to go to our drop shadow. So I'm going to add like a small glow to it. But I'll be using white instead. So I'll change this to RGB and I can move this upwards if I want. Or I can select the color eyedropper and select color white. All right, then I'll change this to a Gaussian blur. I prefer Gaussian because it's not too shouty. So if you think the glow is too much, you can reduce it by 80 degrees and draw it closer by 10, or you can blow it 50. It's going to shine more. So let's leave at 15 and say 70. So you can see that it's shining there. It looks like how the former one was shining. So what else do I want to do now? We are just going to like create this in multiple ways. Ctrl G, duplicate. So I just hope you understand what I want to do now. I'm going to weld all this. Then we're going to use add perspective again. You can see how only this first one is taking me so much time. The rest of doing multiple ones, more brand projects takes long. So we can reduce their size. So now you say, okay, how are we going to make this look as if it's on this place? What we do is just cut it, Control X, go in, edit power clip, and paste it here. So I want to like do an effect here. So let me use add. How did that look like? Let's try subtract. Brush it on showing at all. Say screen. Leave it like that. So we've done our first mockup using this CorelDraw. So what next can we do? Because I want to merge this one with this. Okay, yeah, simple. We're going to merge this and merge this. I'll draw a box, then drag this one here, power clip inside, power clip inside also. I know this our color is not looking like the green, actual green. Look, I didn't change the hue properly. So we can crop this part out. We don't need you. That was why I didn't bother about the hand changing. Let's try using our own, because there's hue and saturation here also. Maybe we can use yellow for this one, safe. Because yellow is part of the brown color. The thing is that we are not seeing the actual yellow here. That is my wahala. Hey, whoa. Can't get the actual yellow here. I don't know why. Let me see if this green is looking like this. One. Nothing. It's nothing near it. But you know what? I'll change this to black and white instead. This particular one. Mm, Rubbish. So like I said, I wanted to draw like a straight box here, as simple as possible. ABC, no stress. Convert this Ctrl Q. So I'll group this item. I'll convert it to a bitmap as a picture. Then I'll add a bit of perspective to it so that I can bend it so that actually have the shape of I can leave it like if I want. Or no. So if you look at the bag, they have some like rough edges. Or instead, let's make something more special. I'm going to like draw a box over this. I'm going to use the patterns in here this time around instead of just using the logo all through. So I'll make the box have like the shape of the bag. So I'll clip this inside here. Just follow me like I follow Christ. All right, so I'll extract Wahala. This is the Wahala. So this old image, I'll convert it to a bitmap because if you keep leaving there like this, your PC might start giving you problem. So I'll make it so big as much as I want. Then what I'll use here now this time, I won't be using when they call it perspective, I'll be using envelope. So I can move these stuffs around. The nodes computer is already lagging. So I want it to look as if it's lying on the bag, right? It will mean that I have to move here like this also. Let's check it first. You see how it's looking like as if it's on the bag, but it's cut outside, so we can just edit our box. If I had made this thing white, it would have been better, sir. But let's use the full brand color on it. Evidence, full everywhere. So instead of we can actually rotate here, but I'll prefer using my let's convert to bitmap. There's a reason I'm always converting to bitmap. But if I use this envelope, the guy is ready to scatter everything. So I can bring it down, take here up. So we can actually make it have like the movement that is on the bag. Can stop there like that. I don't think I'll use that pattern again. So it's just this two that's remaining. Just like before, I'm just going to use these two shirts. It's already after it. So let's just finish this thing. Evidence. I wanted to use this kind of thing, but more shady keyboard. I want to praise my God. Mijasu. Oh shit. This outside is still showing. It's my green. It's not like the green, sha. But no wahala. You see what happened here? This thing climb on top of here because I did not convert the logo to a bitmap. So there are some logos like that before you can be able to use the envelope. Just remember to like change it to a bitmap. So perspective can also do this stuff, but I think envelope is better because it can actually make you allow you bend the text. So if there's like a rough fold on the shirts, so definitely that rough fold should affect that logo. So to make it look more realistic, we use envelope, and so it takes more time, but it's just for you to do a good job. And this envelope tool, you can also use it even in a flyer design, right? So if you're making like an effect, I know I said I won't do any much effect here, but there's something I want to do in here right now. So I'm going to do it inside here, edit our clip. So it's just to this corner, I'm just doing it. Okay, let's do it for the old design. So I'm just showing you guys all the tricks because so that you can try them out yourself. Or if you forget them, you can come back to the video all over again. Try them. So just draw a box here. So that same effect that we created for our letter heading, I want to create that pattern. So this shirt won't just look ordinary. Give me chance, oh, this step I want to please my God. All right. I'm going to drag this image into here, right? Power clip is inside. So where this is power clip, I'm going to make it super big. Let how it's looking. So we'll remove the airline. So I'll have to like use that envelope tool here. I'll just give it some copy stuff. So that it look as if it's coming from the back. It's rounded. So I can duplicate again, rotate the nigger, make this one smaller. So you see how will this stuff show? No fear. We'll push this shirt upwards, shift page up. And meaning I'll have to trace. So if you still want to make some effects in there, so remember where we did transparency and we made add. If you use add might not really show. Let's use subtract. It's going to have like a feel of the background. Let me use overlay. Let me see how screen will look like. Yeah, I think subtract is better. Give me chance, oh, I want to press my body. I think I'm going to do the same thing here too. How about that? Okay. So for the back here, I might just put this at the back only. Then we'll just add a bit of envelope to it also. Forgot to convert to bitmap. As you can see, it's a rough shirt. You can see these curves in the shirt. Let's maybe I can add our Facebook handle. There's no point covering this one. Let's just do it like this. You see, it's as simple as that. You have made like your own kind of unique brand design, right, for your clients. And if possible, they might ask you that, okay, let's print this because they like what you did. Let's add that same subtract. So let's scroll back and see what we have done. 1, 2, 3. So basically, we did more than 3. 2, 4, 6. Our menu, ID card, business card. I'm going to delete this off. This one is making the page slow, and It's not even really looking that nice. So from here to this, and this. So when you're done, you can view everything. Let's say page sort of view. Right, so this is like the complete view of everything we did. So at the ending, we can now put thank you. Let me go back. So I'll go to page 1 and copy page 1, or just duplicate it, put it to this side. So we have 14 slides. All right. So I'll group, and here I'm going to write just thank you. And let's check it again. So let me screenshot these stuffs again. So print screen. So now when we're done here, these logos, now I told you about exporting logos. I think let me just quickly teach you guys that one finally, and we'll move on. So for example, now if I want to export this picture, this logo now in JPEG, right? So Control C, I'm just going to do 2. So we'll create a new empty page, right? So I like to create normal box. So this is for JPEG. For JPEG, I'll use 10 by 10. I'll bring it to the center of my page, and my logo, I'll bring it to the center also. So the same thing I did for this one, I'll do it for this one, this for this one also. So I'll give it a white background, just like, not you. Give the box a white background and make sure it's at the back. Right? We'll try out all the colors, everything, one after the other. So it means that if we are doing this background, everything here will be this color. We'll export, we'll do the original one. So I think I'll use this background for the front. So if I want to export with, let me save first for this guy, will go and Angra, and everything is not saved. But I don't show this message again, save. So we want to export. This is the export button. So let's say we are just exporting just the icon. So let's see the first logo, 1. So you can see this is JPEG. So the reason I put 1, or you can name it A1, right? So because this one that we are exporting, we'll have to change the background again, change it again, until we put all the full brand colors, so that way we are giving the client options. So you do it in black, do it in white, as much as you can, right? I won't be doing more. So that's the last JPEG I'm doing. So that JPEG file will send the logo that way. All right. Then now we'll delete the background. So without a background, export also. So now since we have the logo here in JPEG, so I'll just click the name, change the extension. So we have Adobe Illustrator, we have PNG, you also have PSD down here. There's still EPS, SVG format, whatever format you want to use. So I'm just going to do PNG alone. So to make the clients know that it's a PNG file, so I'm going to make it, just going to put PNG inside the name. But you can see the save as type is as PNG. So I'll export. So these are, you export one after the other. It's going to take you time. So that's why these projects, sometimes they take 2 weeks, 1 week. So now look at the difference. If I should import now, let's go into our assignment. If I should import, this is a JPEG file, right? And this is a PNG file. See the difference? This one has a background, this one doesn't have a background. So if I click on this one and import them. If I bring the first one, is a picture now. This is a picture now. Now this is a PNG file. You see that it doesn't have a background. So the client can easily use these PNG files when they want to print, right? So if they want to print, they'll use it. So the same way you are sending the colored version of this PNG file, you send it in black, you send it in white, you send it in yellow, green, and this. So whatever color the brand guideline is, you will send it to the clients so that they can use it. So it's part of what they paid for. And you do it for SVG. SVG is what they use for websites. Is more better for that than GIF if they paid for that. Now the full brand guide, you are going to send it as a PDF format also. Right. So here we have PDF. Right. So instead of using import and export, you click on PDF, and then you're going to save it there. Bistro projects. Right. Or well, since it's our project, I put it here, but you put Bistro projects brand guideline. So I'll say save. Right. So when we are done, because for the particular project, I'm going to create a folder, right? So apart from sending this PDF, all this image, this from here, this mockup, I will export this one as a JPEG. I will export all the mockups as JPEGs, one after the other, right? As JPEGs. So that is click on export and select JPEG extension, right? So something like this. Now click on this one. So instead of using PNG, I'll go and change back to JPEG bitmap. So you're going to look as a picture. So I'll send them as JPEG one after the other. Then this menu, if they paid for this menu and like it's a paid job, I'll remove it from here, right? Create an empty page, export each of them like a flyer, you understand? Then even the letter heading and the business card, if they pay for them also separately, even send them separately in a PDF format also, so that they can use it anytime they want. So the full PDF folder has been exported. So let's go and look at it. I don't think I've told any of my class about this export like that. Let us do all this. So these are our Bloom Bristol projects. If I open it now, it's now in PDF format, right? So the clients were able to like appreciate the job better. They can scroll through. Let's make it 2 pages, please. So this is a 14-page slide brand guideline. All right, you see that? Oh my God, I knew that effect I did was going to have effect here. Oh my God. Let's get back to that's one of the reasons I export sometimes. Let's change this back. I beg, normal. It is looking good inside here, but when you export it, it's showing us another color. I don't know. I like to say weary every time. Sorry. Okay, you guys are still here. Chai. Sorry, we are almost done now. I'll change it back to normal. So most times those subtract, just leave it like that, please. So that you won't export and your stuff will be looking look at it looking like it's not showing the true color. So what you do is that you have to export as PDF again. Chai. So click on the main this and export. So if you're exporting as PDF for local, so that it wouldn't be heavy, use this document distribution. Yeah, document distribution, so that the file wouldn't be heavy. So when you export, you just wait, because sometimes the file might have not exported. So you can see it's still 0 bytes. So I want to refresh. Let's see, it's not Baba is still exporting. So if you open it now, okay, it has exported completely 16.9 MB. Like I said, I'm going to send the PDF to your page. So now we have our true colors. So yeah, thank you. So the clients can appreciate this better, and it gives them an idea of how they can brand themselves, right? So as easy as that. So even though they want a black shirt, you can still provide it. All right. Um, then most times I send via mail, right? So depending on what the client wants, sometimes we may send via WhatsApp, but professionally we send via mail. So I might create a new folder and say, name the folder. Here's the folder. Say show more options. Then you rename the folder. Let's say Bloom Bistro. Then the old stuff we did, the PDF, the this one from here, I'll cut them all and put them inside the folder. So there will be a whole lot of files inside this folder, not just this one, right? Then this folder will be converted to a zip file. So you know how you extract from zip. You can also send stuff into zip. So I can just right click and see compress to zip file. So this is a zip file because you can't send a folder via mail. You can send only a zip file. So then you now go to your Gmail. I don't have my Gmail open here. If you open your Gmail, then you should know how to send via Gmail, right? So you send via a Gmail, which the client sent to you. Let me show you an example of what I'm saying. So if you look at this brand now, this is a brand I work for. Their name is Omiverse. So if you see the Omiverse brand guideline, we have the app icons here. We have their brand pattern in a separate folder. Look how many patterns we created, like 5. So because the class we did is just small, so there are a lot of files I exported, PNG. You can check this brand on Instagram. They're already working Homeverse. They help to create homes. So this SVG file I'm talking about. This one is like in. Let me open one. So you look at it. It's like online. So when they are creating websites, they can easily use it from there. Then we have the mockups, everything that we did. So you can actually see everything, all the original mockups we created for them, how they look on Instagram, on their websites. You can see this one is a very, very vast project. So all these come at different rates. All right. So that is basically how you can niche down. So you can see that you can choose to be a flyer designer. You can choose to just be I don't think there's anybody that's a business card designer only. All right, but if you choose to create that as your niche, but the most versatile one is brand identity designing. Because if you're a brand identity designer, you won't only stick to designing logos. You will design flyers, business cards, brochures, letterheading. But put back in your mind that when creating all these designs, everything still fall back to designing properly, following the graphic design rule, where we say graphic design is the art of expressing ideas or creativity using design tools, right? You can go back to our first definition. So any definition that make you understand what graphic design means better to you. So with this viewpoint of ours, we have come to the end of our class. All right. So I would send this is my WhatsApp. Okay, I think my WhatsApp is open already. It's going to come into your group. So I'll see you guys soon. I have taken my screenshot already. Is there anybody that wasn't around who took the first screenshots? This Jessica. Let me check my pictures folder. Okay, you were there. These are the screenshots I'm sending across. Goodbye, everybody. Have a lovely night. Our group will still be open, all right? And we can still keep communicating from there. Try and finish up your assignments, and I'll see you guys later. All right? Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
God
Thank you.
bless you.
You're welcome. Thank you.